Hello my loves, welcome to my channel. My name is KellynLove. I am a tarot reader, a painter, a fairy, lots of different things, and I am here to serve you. I'm here to serve you some peace, love, and magic, and specifically how you are a boss, okay? That's today's reading. How are you a boss? All right. Now, to me, a boss, a good boss, is a good leader. So, to me, what defines a boss is that you're managing yourself, which in turn then means maybe you could manage other people, or you can manage other people. And that you're an example. You're an example of living in your truth. You're an example of living in your power. You're an example of living authentically and boldly, and that you have a higher vision, that what you're doing is bigger than just you, that you know how to collaborate, you know how to combine, you know how to make shit happen, make events happen, projects, love, anything. This doesn't have to be just for business. This can be, how are you just a boss in your life? But this is how you are managing yourself, managing others, how you are providing and leading, showing examples of how to be formidable, how to be productive, how to be prosperous, being an example of strength, being an example of a lot of, bold qualities and fortified qualities, that kind of thing. All right, so that's what a boss is to me. So I cannot wait to figure out how specifically you are a boss. So we'll just get right into it, okay? I am gonna do my prayer so I can bring in all the energies that I want here and dedicate and bless the reading. And then I will show you the cards. You will go to the timestamps down below, pick the card and the message for you, and then that's it. We'll just get going and tell you why you're a boss, all right? Okay, let's do our prayer. Okay? Dear Heavenly Father and Mother, to my ancestors, my fairies, my angels, my guides, my spirit team, my loved ones, the great cosmic mother, Mother Gaia, to the Heavenly Father and Mother, to all of the energies and entities that are about love, peace, and wisdom, and clarity, and leadership, and balance. I invite you into this reading. I ask for blessings for me, for my cards, for my viewers, for these messages and energies that we're sharing. Please bless this time and space. I invite you to stay with me, stay with my viewers, and let the messages just soak in and the truth be revealed. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with me and my viewers. Thank you for your light and your energy. And I dedicate this reading to love. In the name of love, amen. Ashe, so mote it be. Let's go. All right? Okay. I am so excited. Okay. All right. The first cards that we have is the Medallion. Okay? This is pile number 1. The Medallion. Okay? The second pile to choose from is the Maiden. All right. And the third card to pick from is the Creator. All right. So we have the Medallion, the Maiden, and the Creator. Okay, pile number 1, if you chose the Medallion, I mean, out of all of these cards, when I think of boss, I think about getting the coin, right? And this card is getting the coin. I feel like this is the Mario, like, jumping up to get it. Which already shows to me, like, you have the enthusiasm, you have the energy, you have the drive to go up and jump and get it. I'm seeing, like, in Mario, like, if there was, like, hidden coins that you don't need to get, like, you really, can just keep going and get to the boss or whatever, or the, yeah, get to the, like, villain or whatever. But I see you as, like, Mario going back and, like, making sure that you're getting every coin. And to me, that is you picking up value, you seeing value around you and not wasting it, not wasting your resources, not taking things for granted when it comes to picking up, just different things of value from different people or different skill sets. But just really picking up different, like, skills and experiences and talents and things like that, and money and different things from people. But really what I'm seeing is, like, you going kind of out of your way to make sure that you really get the value out of the situations that you're in. And that I see that you are really taking, like, you're really getting the full value out of your experiences. You're not skipping anything, and whether that's, like, you're not spiritually bypassing, or you're just really taking the kind of, like, slower route, but you're getting the most out of the journey. So like, who's winning? Like, if you've got the most money in the end, or if you've got the most experience points or whatever, like, that was your goal, so you win. But I just really see that you are value, and that you see value. You understand what's valuable. You understand out of experiences and people and different things that, like, you get that there's value in stopping, valuing in smelling the roses, value in every little lesson, and you're collecting all of those, and it's making you very wise, very valuable, very high quality, and richer in a way that's bigger than just money. It's like you really are getting the most out of this lifetime, and that's just so valuable, because you won't have to go back and do the level again, right? You got all the coins, you did all the things, you were thorough with, so, it's a divine value, and that comes from your wisdom and experiences. All right. And it could also come from your relationships. Like, you're really picking up, like, out of every situation, even if it's, somebody you were just meant to go past or through or whatever. You really got all the value out of that situation or that person or relationship. And I think you understand that. That it's not just about the end. It's not means to an end. It's, it's just you really get the like lessons that Spirit gives you, and you understand that value, and so that value comes back to you. All right. What makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? Okay. What makes you a boss? Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm getting hype. Okay. I love when this shit happens, don't you? The Ace of Pentacles? You kidding me? You get that money, you get that coin because you see value. You know value, you see value, and you are value. Then you got the Queen of Swords. So your ideas, your words, and your sense of truth, your sense of peace, your sense of justice, that's what makes you a boss. Your words, your like value system, and your intellect, your morale, your yeah, what you believe is fair. Like your sense of justice really does make you a boss. And that's why people can go to you, or, you know, value really likes to get to you. Money really likes to come to you because you are seeking the truth. You're seeking justice. But there's a dove on the shoulder, like you still are doing this with peace. So you can you're very sharp. Your intellect you're very wise and smart. But you are also dedicated to peace and as much as truth. And, yeah, you can be really sharp, really blunt, but it's in the name of truth. And, I don't think you use that if you don't have to or anything. I think you really want peace in general. But when you need to use your sword, when you need to use your words, you will. And you will cut with them if you need to. But that's what a boss needs to do, right? A boss needs to cut through the bullshit. A boss needs to see the value and keep its peace and emotional intelligence, and needs to be sharp and quick. I see they're very, you know, this is quick-witted, quick thinking. So yeah. And then you releasing, I want to say, like, old traditions. You don't do things in a traditional way. You're very unconventional. And you're shaking up foundations of how things have been done. Also, what makes you really valuable is how you get through pain, how you help other people through pain, and help people see the value that maybe they're missing. Because that's what you do. You go and collect the value from every corner, every situation, every outing. It means something to you, and you know that there's something value to be collected from every experience, so you don't miss out on that. So because of that, you can help other people realize maybe what they're missing out on. Okay. All right. What makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? What makes this group a boss? What makes this group a boss, Spirit? Okay. All right. So you got the hyena and the beaver. What I love about the beaver, of course, is that, well, damn, it could build everywhere, anywhere. It can build a home. It can, I mean, literally stop a river. Like, what it can build can cause huge amounts of effects on the ecosystem around it. The beaver has so much power to build itself a home, build new pathways for rivers to go down. So what you build, especially with your money and your value and your truth and all this stuff, is so incredible. And again, especially because what you're building is unconventional. What you're building is different than the way that things have been going. And then you get the hyena, which has this kind of dark sense of humor and is, you know, laughing and joking and has its, like, friends that's getting in kind of trouble. And so it's kind of nice because it brings back this, like, humanity back into yourself, and that you, I see the moon on here, it's like half black, half white. You do have that balance of your dark side and your light side, and knowing how to integrate it, and knowing how to be balanced, and, you know, kind of play in between. I'm also seeing this kind of like work hard, play hard. Really, that's it, right? Work hard, play hard. Work hard, play hard. Work hard so you can laugh later. But I just see that you're both. You've got this, like, party animal within you, but then you're gonna go and build that dam. Like, people are gonna be like, damn, like, how'd you do it all? Okay, I'm done. But yeah, so that balance and that Yeah. Work hard, play hard. That's what makes a good boss, because you want to celebrate with your team and your people or your friends. Because, like, what are you working for? What's all this money for? Just to get back into work? Like, no, you gotta live. And you understand that. And that's also that sense of justice and that balance within yourself of, like, you know what's just for you and your people, of how much you should be doing, and when to take breaks or rest, or just, like, laugh and goof around or whatever. And having that balance is what makes a good boss. That's how you are a boss, is you work hard, play hard. All right. What makes you a boss? 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 Okay, so people feel like you are a wish come true. They feel like the opportunity to work with you, to collaborate with you, to make money with you is a wish come true. They feel like you can help their wishes and dreams come true. But just in general, working with you is something that's, like, usually I feel like you come in as a divine collaboration. You come in as a divine helper, or just to spark ideas, right? Just to bring your truth, just to bring your justice, to either, like, mediate a situation, or to bring a new idea, or to get you kind of back to reality, or to just add value and show you where the value that you've been missing out on is. But you can see truth, you can see the ideas, you can see a new perspective, a different perspective for them, your friends, your family, your coworkers. And you really bring this insight, or this energy, or these ideas, or the money, or whatever, to really make what they've been trying to get done happen. And then you got the announcement card, which I just see as somebody who shouts out people, that shouts out and puts other people on. Like, if they have an opportunity, they're going to put other people on. My friend's a musician, and when she does a concert, she puts on like 2 or 3 bands to open before her that are incredible, that really deserve to have some more light. And she's on her own come up, but that doesn't mean that she's not going to be helping a lot of other people as she does, as she comes up as well. And I see that for you. It's like, even on your come up journey, you're helping so many other people come up. And especially by the way that you shout people out, or collaborate, or just like, like whether you're on your social media, just like showing off your friends, or showing off different like products or companies, or different things that you believe in, like sharing just things that are promoting like Black businesses or something like that, where it's like you're giving people more exposure and like credits. Like if people are taking pictures or whatever, like you really make sure you give credit. You really make sure that you are sharing the exposure, sharing the like hype or whatever. If you get any of it, you're gonna put other people on. All right, which I freaking love, which does make a beautiful boss, is somebody who is lifting other people up, encouraging other people, and highlighting and showing off, and really, showing the talents in other people and how they shine. All right, what makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? Boss. Endings and beginnings. You bring people together, okay? You got the Unity card. And then you got endings and beginnings, and the crossroads, which I feel like is the similar energy, and romance. I was getting a little bit of this in the beginning of like, your value really does come from your relationships, or that you've gained a lot of value from your relationships. And not to say that we don't all do that, but you really think about the lessons and you like, you don't have to do the same lesson over and over again when it comes to love, because you really do get the value. Even if it might seem like you did have to learn the same things, you really, I feel like we're on a faster track than whatever, most people or whatever. Like, you have ability to level up in romance and help other people level up in romance, which is another reason that you're a boss, okay? You bring people together, unity, and then you're also really, really there for people in times of crossroads, in times of transition, in times where things are kind of confusing and they feel like purgatory or limbo or whatever. You're that person that comes, that can show them their value, show them a new perspective, maybe bring some new romance in their life, maybe some humor and kind of like joke about the darkness or whatever that they're in. But you help people when they're crying. You help people when they need help seeing the light and seeing, you know, it's like, you know, we all want to be thankful, I feel like, but, or I hope, but when things are super dark, it's really hard to be like that. But you just come in and people are so thankful for you that it really brings them back into that good energy. All right. And for our power animal, what? How? Why? How are you such a boss? Oh, okay. Wow, that's really funny. You got the mouse and the gorilla. Oof, and the lion. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep it. The mouse, this card says, the mouse teaches sophistication. It says the gorilla protects and shows you how to stand up for yourself, and the lion helps you become the king of your life. So this is you. You are sophisticated. You show up and you stand up for yourself, and you show up and stand up for others. And that's that shouting out. That's that value. That's that truth and justice. You stand up for what's right. You stand up for yourself, your own boundaries. Hello, you know, that's huge on its own. That's what makes you a boss. That's why you can help other people, is because you stand up for your own truth. And then you're sophisticated in that way that you do collect that wisdom and that value from your experiences and relationships and things, and you don't take it for granted. And you really are learning because you're conscious and self-aware. And that brings you a lot of sophistication, especially when it comes to you and romance and things. I think that just your wisdom and truth, and yeah, you're very wise, and that comes into that sophistication. Not saying that you don't have like your inner child and stuff too, but the way that you're applying the wisdom and the lessons that you've learned, and that you see value and invest in other people, like, yeah, sophistication, showing up and standing up. And then the lion, you are the king of your own life, king or queen. You know, obviously you've got the queen energy too. Does not matter, however you want to identify. You are royalty. You are the authority in your life, and you help other people get back into the royalty and authority in their lives. Okay? Okay? All right. Damn. Wow. Okay. Yeah, your logic and reasoning is really helpful to a lot of people. The fact that people can go to you for your logic and your reasoning and your insight and your consciousness is what makes you a boss. All right? Okay, now out of my little deck that I've made, let's get the last few cards. What makes you a boss? Okay? Okay. What makes you a boss? All right, what makes this group a boss? What makes this group a boss? What makes this group a boss? Okay, surrender and flow came out together. So you surrender to the flow. That's incredible, right? You have to be able to do that to get the value of every situation and stuff, and really, yeah. I think that's also part of the, and you got intelligence, the sophistication, and it's like this divine intelligence of something deep, something that is just just really understanding that of like the bigger concept of like time, or just you understanding that like it's that like unconventional stuff. It's you not going by the basic foundation or the basic structure that people have set up, or that's the typical. And part of that is just you knowing that you need to go with the flow, and that spirit time, divine time, natural time is not the tick 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 number thing that we've created. It's just different when you are really tapped into your emotions and feelings and the higher wisdom. And you can do that. You can tap into that. You can I think you do have good like time and value management when it comes to the time and value that is not so 3D. Like not just money and time that when we think of it, but the value and the change that happens in the world that's natural and cosmic and magical, and it's just like you're on spirit time. You're on spirit value. You're spiritually rich, you're whatever. And I'm sure that will show up in the 3D, but it's just like you're on a different currency. You're on a different vibe. And it just gives you it gives you a lot higher perspective. And that's what's, getting you tapped into that value even more. A more sustaining value, because it isn't just money. It's like a soul value. And then you've got release, depth, and change, which the change is, again, when I'm talking about that flow and you really recognizing how things change. And then, that soul level, that soul depth. There's nothing surface about your value, your quality, your truth, how you help people. You help people release, you help people see the new perspective, because you're really good about releasing the old. And that whole like laughing like a hyena, you really can play hard and release the pressure when you need to. People really trust you, and they trust your mind. They trust your wisdom, your smarts, your street smarts, your book smarts. They trust you. And that's because of that depth. That's because they see that you're in that divine flow. They see how you're putting other people on and where your heart is at. And then people trust your sophistication. They trust that standing up for yourself. They trust that lion, royalty, that confidence. That's what it is. They trust your confidence. They trust your mind, and they trust your heart. So what else could you want from a boss, All right. That's what I have for you. You're absolutely incredible. Such a hard worker, but you got that balance and the change, the flow, the value. You really, really help people. You really make you're making your own dreams come true, I'm sure. Especially with all these brilliant ideas and high value, ideas and creativity and things. But you really share that value, and I am so happy to read for you. I'm so blessed to have you in my energy. And thank you so much. That's how you're a boss. I love you so much. My social media and tip jar is down below if you would like to share some of that value that you have clearly plenty of, whether that's just comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. And peace. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, if you chose the Maiden card, this is your reading. Okay, so, you gotta get into it. What makes you a boss is your pussy power. And if you don't have a pussy, then your feminine energy, your gentle touch, your sensitivity, your vulnerability, your creations, your sexuality, your sensuality, your sweetness, all of these things is actually what makes you a boss. It actually is what makes you and sets you apart in your leadership and in your authority over yourself. The fact that you have your sensitivity and your sweetness and your sexuality, sensuality, creations, in the upfront, in the yeah. I don't know why, that's the only way I can think of it, but upfront, it is, yeah, it's up front and center. It's just your essence, and it's not going anywhere. So as you lead, or that's why people too want you to lead and like help manage other people, because they do trust and they do want energy like yours. I think we all crave this feminine energy, because, at least deep down, because it's just not so much in the world, especially when it comes to leadership and world power and things. Like, we don't have that many examples of very feminine, sweet, sensual leaders. And the fact that this is just naturally who you are, and that it, even though like your sexuality on all of this is up front, it's not like you have to be acting on it, or you have to be like selling something that's even feminine or sensual or whatever, but that's just who you are, and that's your personality. And the fact that it's so intact is like really impressive, and it's why people really are drawn to you, and why they want you to tell them what to do, is what I'm hearing. So it could be kind of dominatrixy. It could be kind of like people would like you to boss them around, literally. But I do see that you just really have your emotional intelligence. Yeah, you're really emotionally intelligent. You have a lot of sweetness and a lot to give. Yeah. You're overflowing with your fertility. Okay? What makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? All right, Maiden group, what makes you a boss? What makes this group a boss? Okay. Wow. You're very quick moving. People love to collaborate with you. You can carry a lot, and people get addicted to you. You're very, very hardworking. You really can carry a lot. You can, especially when it comes to space holding, when it has to do with your consciousness and how much you are, creating spaces for people, and how much consciousness you're holding. I'm definitely getting something kind of like profound when it comes to you and your consciousness and awareness, really creating a lot of space and opportunities for people, just in the way that you can hold space and combine and collaborate with a bunch of different energies. You know how to bring together. I have this spider card, maybe it'll come up, but it's very colorful, and all the webs coming together, different colors, and that's how I feel, or that's what I see, is that you knowing how to create something really grand from everybody's energies, and you seeing like the space in between. You just see different, and you can combine energies. Well, okay, then you can carry a lot, and that has to do with the space too, of you holding a lot of space for people. But you can carry a lot of emotional weight, and I don't recommend it, but you do. I almost am hearing like ancestor. Whoa, the words like ancestor trauma is coming to my head. You could have a lot of like baggage from your family that you're healing, from yourself, your family, and your ancestors that you're healing, so that you're just carrying a lot. And I do recommend taking that off of your shoulders, but what makes you a boss is that you can do that, is that you can carry a lot. You can carry a lot of people's emotions, a lot of people's like if you have a team or something, you just can care and think about their perspective and have a lot of empathy, and you take that time to understand that perspective and stuff. And then, yeah, just extremely hardworking. And then you do have this very, like, I want to say kind of feisty side that kind of goes on the other side of the hardworking, that it's like you can maybe be like just really, really tough as well. Like, you're the maiden and you have your sweetness and you have your sensuality. That does not mean that you cannot go the journey and that you cannot carry a lot and that you're not extremely hardworking and that you're a warrior and tough. You are all of those things all together. The combination is what makes you such a boss. And exactly that, like how you combine all those energies within yourself is how you combine all those energies outside of yourself with everybody else. And you're able to, you're just able to combine a lot of different energies. And it's really cool because that's what makes you such a good boss, is how you can collaborate and think of ideas and projects where everybody's talents is getting used the best. And then you are quick moving. You are victorious. You are very, you're just on the go all the time. Also, you could travel a lot. You're just a quick thinker and you're on the move a lot. Always doing new things. And then, you got that warrior spirit and the feminine. And so, okay. What makes you a boss? Oof. What makes you a boss? What makes this group a boss? What makes you a boss? Okay. Wow. Like all of these cards are, especially these two, it's like the same colors. And to me, it's like the same colors as, So your sexual energy, your, that feminine energy, that's like kind of dark feminine energy, and it goes with this hardworking Capricorn devil over here, and that kind of thing where people get addicted to you. You are very resourceful. You are very sweet, but you do really know how to navigate darkness and navigate like dark situations or trauma or just people's shadow sides. And then you have this fierceness. But you know what I love about the snakes is that they're so grounded, right? They're literally like, their stomach is so grounded. They literally don't have legs. They're that grounded. So the fact that you have the flying animals, like representing the intellect, and then this cobra, which gives me big heart energy, and this fire that's just coming across on all of these. You do know how to really pick up the pieces after something like maybe a catastrophe and pick up what's valuable. And that's what makes you a boss, is that after something maybe kind of horrible or whatever, you know how to help pick up the pieces, take what is take what's important, take what you can still use in the next situation or whatever, or take what you feel like is of value, but then you move on. And you always just keep moving on, creating and adding your touch into everything. It's like you have this really, really tough side, but really is what feeding you is still the sweetness of life. But you know that you've got to like work hard to maintain that. You really know how to transform too. And yeah. All right. What makes you a boss? Oh, okay. What makes you a boss? All right. Okay. Like, how much of a boss more can you get than these two cards right here? Okay. Wisdom and authority. And you did get the vulture card, which is why I was saying you're very resourceful, and to helping people through transitions. So with this vulture and this cobra card, I'm getting the similar message. The vulture really gives me a lot of wisdom to me, because it does know how to operate in death, with death. And I mean, you did get the devil card, so I think that you're very comfortable with death, whether that's literal and you just are really good to help people through grief, which is part of how you can bear so much weight. But also just when things die, you know how to get the wisdom out of it. You know how to get, like, you know how to see the poison, you know how to get the wisdom, you know how to still find the love and the things of value. You can just kind of break down and pick at the what's dead and really, like, decipher, like, what has happened. If you get my vulture metaphor, it's the vulture coming into something that has died, which, you know, a lot of people might not see any value in, but the vulture does, and it picks at it and gets what's of value of it. But I think that it's like this very, like, wise clarity to work with death and to just understand that things come to an end and closure, and the fact that you're comfortable with that, it just gives this really deep wisdom. And you know, you could be misunderstood, and with a lot of feminine energy, and especially these different, almost like, not combative, but almost a little contradicting things, because you are so fierce and warrior and hardworking and comfortable with death and your authority and stuff. And carrying all this weight and fast moving and whatever. But you also have this sensitive, sweet, sultry side. It's this wisdom of knowing how to, like, handle the aftermath of destruction. It's just a really important quality that you have, and that's what makes you a boss. Okay, so yeah, authority and wisdom. I mean, like, say less, right? Your authority and your wisdom. Your authority and your wisdom. You are very wise. You are meant to be a leader. You're meant to be a boss. Your insight, your divine insight it's on point. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, what makes you a boss? What makes this group such a boss? That's good. Oof, yes. You got Ishtar, Lilith, and another goddess I don't know how to say. Ishtar is the queen of passion. She is the goddess of passion, and she is dancing. She got a lion behind her. So your passion, and that's that feminine energy that can combine everything, that can be everything, right? It can be that warrior, whatever it wants to be. It can drive you forward with these fast-moving cards. That's that passion. That's that fire energy. Then you got Lilith, okay, the empowerment card. Don't know how much of a boss you can get, and especially when it comes to being a dark goddess, here's all the confirmation, wrap up, full circle that you need. This maiden energy mixed with the devil, that is Lilith. That equals Lilith. Maiden plus devil equals Lilith. And this vulture card, especially with this, like, purple outline, like, I get always this, maybe you can't really see the purple. In real life, you can see it more, but it's this same similar energy. It's like this dark feminine energy. And especially with Ishtar, this passionate card. And then she's really cool, and she's the card of boundaries. And I'm getting that with this Knight of Swords, because he's got this sword, his intellect, his ideas, his words, right in front of his face with a helmet on. So it's like, you know the truth, and you're going to protect yourself. You've got great boundaries, which is what makes you a boss. You help other people with boundaries, I'm sure, because of that. You're an example. You show people what it means to be a dark feminine boss, or what it's like to have that energy. I mean, you got Lilith, you got passion and empowerment, you got authority and wisdom, passion and empowerment, and then boundaries. You got your boundaries right, and you help other people with them. I mean, like, you're hard-working, collaborative. You're sensitive, but you can be very, very quick moving, very quick in thought. Your boundaries are great. You're very resourceful. You know how to deal with death and destruction. I mean, and then be in the darkness. And then the cobra, like, I almost say you should look up more about what the cobra represents. But it's just, I mean, obviously it's like King Cobra. It is this royalty, authority, this integrity, and confidence. And, it's the posture, right? Like, to hold itself up like that. Such good posture. And I think you hold yourself up well because you know your power. I mean, you got empowerment. So you empower yourself and you empower others. I mean, just like, how much of a boss does it get than that? A passionate, empowering, authority, wisdom. I mean, and this is the most hardworking mother. This is the Capricorn. Like, just so hardworking. Yeah, it's incredible. And that's what I have for you, okay? Oh, actually, no, it's not. I just wanted to end there because it was such a good moment, but no. A couple more cards. All right. What makes you a boss? What makes you such a boss? What makes this group such a boss? What makes this group such a boss? Okay. Your vigor, your patience, and your inner child. I love that. Wow. You've got the horse, the ants, and the chickadee, okay? And the horse is strength and vigor and stamina, right? That's what you got. That's how you can carry so much. That's how you can collaborate with people. I mean, you got the horse and the chariot. Hold on. Look at this. You got the Knight of Swords, this fast-moving messenger, intellectual, bright ideas, victorious. You've got the fast-moving chariot. You got the chariot and the horse. Yeah, okay. Just my horse pun. You are stable, all right? You're stable, you're strong, and again, you can carry so much. You can carry so much. Careful not to carry so much, but you can, and that's what makes you such a boss. The ant advises you to be patient, is what this says. You have patience. You help people be patient. Also, make sure you're patient, okay? If there is a message to you, make sure that you put down some of the burdens and that you're patient and that you connect to your inner child. But really, I'm getting that this is what you do. This is how you operate. This is what makes you such a boss, is that you do have this wisdom and this intellect and authority and all of that, but you've got your inner child intact, and you are patient, and you are strong and can handle so much. All right? Wow. Both the ants and the horse, they provide so much for so many people, right? That's you. All right, few more cards. Last few cards. All right, what makes you a boss? What makes you a boss? What makes the Maiden pile such a boss? Oh, what makes the Maiden pile such a boss? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay. The main thing of what makes you such a boss is your imagination. You know, I just realized that imagination is almost about to say magic. Okay? You got that magic. You got that feminine creative magic. That cosmic chaos magic a little bit. Mixed with the masculine, I'm sure, to really pull through. You've got excellent discernment. That's what makes you such a boss, is your choices, your intellect, your wisdom, how you mediate, how you're kind of diplomatic, how you express your authority, and your judgment. You are very wise and discerning. You're organized, and I'm not so much maybe seeing that like in your room or space, like your stuff. I mean, it definitely could be, but what I'm really seeing is like you putting there's a method to your madness, and that you are able to like organize chaos. It's like the collaboration card. Like, you have all these different energies coming together. You have so many different energies coming together, but you know how to fit the pieces together to make like the mosaic, to make the project happen, to make the business or the whatever happen. You know how to bring the pieces together in the best way, and you see the vision, and you can like organize it in your head what you're going to create, and how to collaborate and things. Okay? And then you've got alchemy, which is that magic. It's like that imagination, turning those visions into reality, changing what you had and creating this new thing from the death of old stuff, you know, picking up pieces, and it's like, you know, one man's trash is another treasure. You get the trash, you turn it into treasure. You can just do that. What you touch is golden, and how you can combine and organize these different energies to create something new is what makes you such a boss. And then last but not least, your will. Okay? Your will, I want to say your will to live, your will to the way that you will things into existence, the way that you express your will, and you feel this divine right to do what you do, as you should, as you completely should. But you put your will out there. You are fully expressing your free will, and you're going on a different path, and you're creating just different. It's this divine, especially feminine will, that you're bringing forward, and it's just, you're putting out your perspective. I see you being bold in your thoughts and in your like message. So yeah, it's really, really strong will for you to create and imagine and be different and have different paths and stuff. Which is wild to me, because these cards are just very similar colors, or it's just giving me a very similar vibe. And this is like this orange, red, and purple, this pink and purple, so it's very fiery and creative and confident and divine. And then you've got the inner child, which really keeps that passion and imagination going. Yeah, it's amazing. That's why you're such a boss. That's why you're such good authority, all right? the way you combine energies, the way you're resourceful and strong and can carry, but you got that dark power, this feminine power that can destroy, that you do well in destruction, that you can really bring down the old, bring down the outdated, and bring down, like, if things need to die out, you let it die out, and you take the good pieces, and then you resurrect something new, and you alchemize and create, and just imagine a new reality. Yeah, I love your passion, your empowerment, your wisdom. You're incredible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a boss and sharing your energy with me. I absolutely adored it. I adore you. I love you. My social media and tip jar is down below. If you would like to share some value back to me, give me a little tip, or just some emojis down below, something to just share the love. But I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one, okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye. All right, pile 3. If you picked the Creator card, this is your reading. These are your messages. I love this card. I mean, I'm a painter, okay? And black and rainbow is my fave, so how could I not? But bam, there it is, okay? How are you a boss? By what you create, your talents and your skills. Whether it's musical abilities or artistic abilities, whether it is fashion or song, poetry, or whatever, but you are in the arts, you are creating, and that is what is so powerful about you, that what makes you such a boss. That's why people want to lead and follow you. Is because of how inspiring you are. You're a muse, you're an inspiration, you're a testimony to people and what is possible about how to go after and live authentically, and live in your passion, live in your creation, to be creating in general more than you're consuming. Just that on its own is a reason of how you're a boss. Is that you literally just create more than you consume, and that's incredible. Your well-roundedness, your ability to be in a lot of different frequencies, your ability to be in a lot of different frequencies, to be in a lot of different cultures. I think you're very, very adaptable. And that is a beautiful quality that makes a very good boss. All right? Okay. And I'm getting you really know how to capture something. Whether that's like you really are good at photography, which this definitely could be, or video or something, but whatever it is, you're good about like capturing a moment, or capturing, like, you know how to describe something well, where it's like you can really capture the essence of something with your words or your pictures or your art, or I don't know, you could make a candle or something, but you know how to capture an essence of something. That ability is what makes you a boss, because that's how you're getting your visions across. Okay, High Priestess coming through. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the kind of energy we want. Okay, what makes you such a boss? What makes you a boss? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. What makes you... Should I take him? Should I take him? Should I take him? Wow. Wow. Yeah, I should. So funny. Okay. Wow. So what makes you a boss? Well, you're a boss. got the Emperor card, which is the ultimate boss. He is all of the kings combined. He holds his power literally in his hands, and with his head held high, standing in his power, standing in his authority. Boom, there it is. That's you. You're a boss because you're a boss. You're wise, you're experienced, you understand your power, you're confident, you hold your head held high, you have great wisdom, intellect, insights. Boom, you got the balance of the feminine and masculine energy. I mean, I am getting a little bit, well, we got the two, I mean, look at these guys, okay? You got like Santa Clauses over here, all right? You're extremely providing and giving to people, and that's what makes you a boss, is that you've got some daddy energy, okay? That's what it is. You got some daddy energy, all right? Actually, you got a lot of daddy energy. You're extremely wise. You know your power, physically and spiritually. You have the intellect. You have the intellect and the divine intuition. You know how to set up a business, a home. You know how to set up the foundation for something, whether that's a relationship, a business, home, and project. You know how to set up the foundation. You know how to put in your values into things. You know how to build. You know how to bring power, and just you're in your authority. You're in your wisdom. Like, what? Okay. Then you got the Death card. So that ultimately is really, really powerful, just because of the way that you're very comfortable with transition and literally things dying or whatever. But I'm really getting that you know how to get out of that energy. You know how to get out of poverty, scarcity mindset. You know how to get out of sadness. You know how to get over grief. You know how to... Oh, okay. That's more what it is. You are really good with dark nights of the soul, and you know how to help people through dark nights of the soul. And you are really good about, like, almost handling people with depression. Because you have that really deep insight, and you've been there. You've been the hermit. You've gone within. If you've ever heard of transcendentalism, I am definitely getting that vibe of you being very like meditative in nature, and really thinking about like philosophy and spirituality and things like in nature in your alone time. You do take yourself out of certain environments and put yourself in a hermit situation when you need to, so that you go within. And I think that you're good about changing who you are. I think that you can let go of a past version of yourself, and that maybe you help other people let go of their past version, old, more more, like if it's more depressed or desperate or, like poverty mindset. You know how to get out of that and change into a new person and let go of that past narrative. You're very deep, and you tap into your emotions, which is helping you tap in, or what's helping you create art and giving you, these beautiful gifts, is how you're meditative, how you're contemplative, and how you go within. You're self-aware, you're very conscious, and you're deep. You connect with Mother Nature, you connect with the stars, you connect with the moon, and you understand the death of life, and that the old past. It's really this thing of you leaving past lives behind and moving forward. And that's how you're able to stand in your power and wisdom, is because you've dropped all of the old narratives, all of the old selves that it was holding you back or whatever. And now you believe in yourself, you believe in your experiences, and so that's really all that you've taken from those things, and everything else you've left behind. Because you're new now, and that's how you stand in your power, is that you're looking forward, you're looking up, and I mean, you got your wand in your hand. You're ready. You're wise. You're experienced. You're like, bring it on. You're really an amazing person to celebrate with and collaborate with, and people love to be a part of what you're doing, and I think that you just bring a lot of joy to a situation and a lot of like merriment. It's the word that comes. You bring this, it's just like a celebratory energy. It's also like a grace to you as well, especially because you do have this Emperor and Hierophant that are both very powerful masculine energies. But I think especially with the Hierophant and these different, with the moon and stuff, you have this grace and sensitivity as well, which is really, really nice for this really wise masculine energy to be balanced with this grace and depth and connection to Mother Earth, and this understanding of death and the old and the past, and that things change and cycles and blah, blah, blah. You understand this wisdom of life. So it's like this Emperor could get really cocky, or it could get abuse its power or whatever, but that is not at all the energy that I'm getting from this, because you do have the Hierophant, which is giving this deep wisdom and these kind of traditional spiritual values, and then you have the moon, which is very contemplative and connecting to the darkness in the sky and the light and different things. And I think that you've just been in some really, really dark situations, so you really get it, you know it, and so you're not going to be like toxic positive, or you're not going to bulldoze through things or whatever, because you've been there, you've done that, you felt it, you went through it, so you know that. You can teach about it, you can talk about it. People could really feel like that you're very magical and mystical, and that your creativity and your insight is not human, and that you really are tapping into this magical wisdom. People see that, they get it, they understand that you have this spiritual insight and this deeper like ancestral connection or spiritual connection. They get it, they feel it, they see it, they want some of it, they appreciate the advice. You really have this beautiful masculine energy that is very dignified and noble, and very much appreciated by those around you. And I think that you really do masculine energy right, and that you could be very proud of your masculine energy and the wisdom and authority that you have. You should definitely feel very confident and comfortable stepping in that, which I think you are, and that's why people really appreciate you and want you to lead, and why you're such a good boss and all that. You're very creative, and you have this little bit of a inner child wild card part to you, but then you also have these kind of, again, like traditional spiritual values when it comes to love and doing unto you as you would want done, or doing unto others as you would want done unto you, and just like understanding the deeper intuitive meanings of things. I think that you do have a very ancient wisdom, and that you are connected to energies outside of this world, and you are really a channel and a vessel, and you are like an antenna that is picking up different frequencies and insights and magic and inspiration and ideas from spirit. You are a light in the darkness. You help people level up spiritually. You have kind of shamanic energy about you. And, and you're just very unique. and different than what anybody, I guess, expects. But yeah, you really help people awaken. You help people like ignite their own spirituality and their own light and their own creativity and their own unique otherworldliness. Because I think we all are like that. I think we're all, magical, mythical beings, but it's like, how open are you? How much are you living in that? That's what makes a difference. Okay. All right. What makes you such a boss? What makes you such a boss? Okay, you're very lucky and very stable. You are blessed by spirit, and that is because of your heart. That is because of your big heart, that you bring in luck and value, and that you're very strong and fortified within yourself. And that's why you level up spiritually, and that's why you help other people level up spiritually. This luck is you being blessed by spirit because of your ancient wisdom and the way that you are living in your energy. It's very healing, and it's very powerful. So that energy and power and magic comes back to you. And then you're an excellent listener when it comes to other people, when it comes to yourself, but especially when it comes to spirit. I think you really do know how to listen to spirit. You do know how to tap into your magic. Okay? You're very magical. Very, very, very magical. Okay? Very magical. The dragon and the unicorn. Okay? When I tell you you're a boss. But I am getting these, like, it's almost like you're very humble in your majesty, and you're humble in your rareness, and you're humble in your magic, and your and so it's just really, really beautiful. And I think that wisdom can even shine even more because you're not the douchebag emperor. You're not somebody that thinks it knows it all. You feel it all more than you know it all, and that's what's giving you your wisdom and your intellect. That's like the basis of it, is your heart, and that's just a different kind of wisdom when it comes from there, instead of just like all mental. Okay? And you got the Lion card. Come on, Leo season. Which is the ultimate representation of living in that heart. It's the best representation of like your head being so wise, like because you have such a big heart. Yeah. Such a good leader. Wow. The like ultimate description of what a leader is. You are that. You're magical, you have the depth, you understand just like how to transition through life, and okay. What makes you a boss? Okay. What makes you a boss? Wow. Okay. The way that you help people with revelations, when I tell you that you help enlighten people and awaken people, I am serious. This is spirit. And again, you have this masculine, feminine energy balanced. But yeah, there is like a sensitivity to your power, which is really refreshing because you do have so much heart and power, and you could be using it in a lot of different ways, but you really just kind of stand in it and direct it in a really beautiful way. So it's very like mature. Then you have the willpower card, this goddess who is in the depths, in the ocean, in the water, in the emotion of the ocean, and playful a little bit. So and I get the similar kind of energy from the moon card. So you do play in the emotions, and you really can tap into it and into the feels and stuff like that, which is what is giving you such good discernment, is because of your heart, it's because of your emotions. It's because of the way that you can tap in and you feel through things. You don't just stoically bulldoze. I mean, no, I like stoicism, and I think that actually there is some stoic energy to this, and I know that stoicism is that kind of emotional intelligence, so I get that, but I also get that you are not afraid to sit there and feel it and be in it for a while if you need to. Yeah. Okay? But your willpower and discernment, that is what makes you a boss. Like, can I get an amen? Come on. That power, that drive, that's the drive, and the wisdom and the maturity that you have is what makes you such a boss. Okay? All right. What makes you such a boss? I was looking at the dolphins in this card. I was so drawn to the dolphin in this card. Ugh. And then you get the dolphin card. Okay. The dolphin will gift you with the rhythm and the breath of life. I think that is part of that, like, mature playfulness. And that's the dolphin, right? Extremely intelligent and playful and in the emotions of life. And so you could really help people with, like, breathing or whatever too, but really I'm getting that you do go with the flow and you understand this rhythm of life, and that just because you have this strong masculine energy does not mean that you're tapped into, like, the 3D masculine energy. You're tapped into spiritual masculine energy, divine. So you're going with the flow, and you're going with the fun of life as well, even though you do have this wisdom and yeah, but I think that's part of you being, like, such a good listener and stuff, is because that you're listening to spirit. You're listening to those ebbs and flows of how you feel and things. And that's just so mature, especially for strong masculine energy, to be really in the flow of your emotions. It's very impressive. Okay? Okay. What makes you so powerful? Oh, and so you not only do you have your intuition, but your instincts. You follow your instincts. It says the boar will associate you to your instincts. You, I think, are really good about, too, like, encouraging other people to follow their instincts as well. Yeah. And you do have that very logical energy as well. It's like you can really tap into the logic and the emotion really well, and that balance is so helpful to people. Okay, last cards. All right, what makes you what makes you such a boss? Why are you a boss? All right, why are you a boss? Let me know what makes you a boss. What makes this group a boss, Spirit? What makes this group a boss? Okay, that was way too many right there. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I love that. Your inner child, right? Like, that being intact definitely shows through with your curiosity. Not afraid to ask questions. Your perspective, your divine perspective, is just different. It's higher. It's like where normally people would be viewing like this, you're going to view it vertically. It is you just kind of using the energies in not a typical way. Like I was saying, like you being in your emotions and your sensitivity and in your masculine, and just you approaching things differently, and your perspective is really what makes you a boss. Is that you just have a very divine insight, wisdom, experienced perspective, and it's really helpful to people. That logic and emotion is really helpful to people. And then the fact that you are curious about people, you're curious about life still, even though you are mature and you've been through so much, that you still have that curiosity and you're still wanting to know about people, and you're still listening to people. I think that's why you have such a good curiosity and perspective, is because you really listen to people. And then you've got the romance card. So I think that you really are very discerning when it comes to your relationships, and you do know when things die or whatever, that's how it was supposed to go. But that does not limit you or stop you from being romantic and kind of going all out, because you do have such a big heart. I think you bring this romance to life in general, not just to your partners, but I think that you approach spirituality and education and different things in a way that has this like love for it, and almost this this sensitivity and like sensuality when it comes to learning and when it comes to wisdom and spirituality. It's like you're almost romantic with it. It's like somebody that's like just so in love with like being in academia or whatever, and to them that's kind of what gets them off. But yeah, your romance, your perspective, and your curiosity is what makes you such a boss. I just want to get a couple more, okay? Let's get a couple more. What makes this group such a boss? What makes this group such a boss? Oh, that's cool. It's a big pile, but I'm just going to go through them real quick, okay? How you forgive people, your forgiveness, your heart. That's really what it is. You have such a good heart. Your heart is what makes you such a boss. And part of that forgiveness is your acceptance of others. You're accepting of the new. You have an ancient soul, but it's a curious soul that's accepting of the new. Like, that's incredible. That's so mature. And that's that duality of you. That's the duality of your energy, and how you can balance different energies and understand that multiple things are true at the same time. And then the way that you release anger, help other people release anger, and are justice, and you bring peace into people's life, and you can really alchemize or heal emotion. That's what makes you such a boss. Okay, that's what I have for you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I absolutely loved reading for you. You are such a beautiful, beautiful, wise energy, and so creative, especially with all of this curiosity and for life. All right. Thank you for being you, your magical, magical self. I love you so much. Social media and tip jars down below, and I hope to see you on the next one, okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye.